Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, The Awakening Star. I am the Oracle. Happy Vernal Equinox. Happy Spring Equinox, everyone. I think some of us are so glad that this time of year has come round again. I'm going to enter in the space today with my lavender and rosemary incense smudge stick. So I was drawn to lavender in terms of it being like a really healing property at this time during the spring equinox, and the same with the rosemary, just remembering all those things that we work through during the winter time, and now it's time for us to really just start to emerge again, but with caution and with understanding that there's no need to rush is the main messages that have been coming through. So with the spring equinox, it's really time to dust away all of those old cobwebs. It's time to really start to look at the things that have been lighting us up, that are potentially there to be explored during the full springtime and the summer. So it's time for wisdom, for medicine, for synergy, and close connection to the familiar. So really draw those people into you that you know are your safeguards, that you know are there to help you grow and prosper. Now is not the time to be calling in the unfamiliar, I think, for most of you. I'm really feeling like it's time to just stay where you are, to remain safe and to explore, but within the parameters of what you already have. It's like there's great wealth to be had exactly where you are and what you have already. I was brought to the two goddesses, Flora. So Flora for the Roman goddess of flower and love. And I've lit 2 red candles today, which is the first time I've ever done that. One's a berry candle, and one is the red one that I use in my Mary Magdalene ceremony. So some of you are really calling in love. I was being called to that as well. And I was drawn to Persephone, the Greek goddess of the underworld, and her story of her being taken by Hades, and the only time she's allowed to emerge is during the springtime, and then she has to return to the underworld in winter. And I thought that was really going to be resonant for some of you in your, perhaps your path or your story so far. It's like you've really been in the depths, you've really had to be working on your shadow self, all of those those shadowy, darker aspects of self. You've been working through those, and now it's time to emerge. Now that it is spring, now that there is light coming through again, it's like you're safe to be out, you're safe to be exploring, you're safe to believe in yourself, I'm feeling. It's time to find strength and shape in who you are as you resonate as a human vessel, but also who you are at a soul level. It's time to really just hone into yourself and everything that you are. I feel like some of you are feeling a disconnection with who you are at this time, and I think it's because you've worked through so much during the winter season. You're like, okay, who am I truly? And this springtime is for really exploring in that. And for some of you, that might be trying out new things, but I think for the most of you, because it has been such a big rebirth that you've gone through, stay where you feel safe. Dip toe indifferent, but stay where you feel safe and allow things to come to you. It's going to be brought to light where you need to go and what you need to be exploring. Oh my gosh, I could sit here and just keep talking. There were so many messages coming through before I sat down. I thought I'm really going to have to brace myself here because so much wants to come through. I have brought in garden quartz, I've got some pyrite, and I've also got my labradorite. This is like my Jack and the Beanstalk bean, and I say this every time, so someone loves Jack and the Beanstalk, and that's always brought to my attention. I've got the chakra points here, and then lots of nature. The pyrite set is for the expansion, so I think some of you are really, really, really in an accelerated rate of expansion, and this springtime isn't going to stop that. It's like even more is going to be coming to you, so brace yourself. It's like you're in a really lucky position. It's going to feel like luck, but you've earned it, whoever that pertains to. But it's like you're going to find out even more than you even asked for, more than you even bargained for, I'm hearing. So yeah, be aware of that and be ready. Lots of clear quartz in as well, so keep sending out your energy to the clear quartz to be transmuted. But we have 3 piles today. We've also got runes in the mix again today, which I'm really grateful for. I love working with runes and the symbology behind them, so I'm excited to bring those in and see what they have in store for us. But we've got even more. See, this is what I'm talking about. I pulled this card for myself before I sat down to do this reading. I thought I have to share it, the one and the void on there. And, you know, we're coming up to the start of a new astrological year with Aries, and I thought we are coming out of this void. It's like everyone, we are emerging as our one self, but also as a one in the collective. So remember that it's not just you. There are many, many, many people working alongside you and around you. So call in that familiar essence. Yeah, this is going to be a reading. I can tell. So yeah, take a minute to pick your pile, and I will go ahead with pile number 1. Hello, pile 1. This is your reading. So the rune that you guys picked was manners, and that means man, that means human, that means self. But I'm going to wait until we see your cards before I delve into that a little bit deeper. Okay. The first card we've got is Ancestral Realm, Karmic Release, Healing, the Lineage, and Boundaries, and that's in reverse. The second card we've got is Gibbous Moon. You're very close to achieving your goal, and that is also in reverse. Your hard work is paying off, a new moon in Capricorn. And we've got the new moon in Aries coming up in a couple of days. Healing and restoring hope. Yeah, I was feeling really strongly the dragon energy coming through today, so I was glad to bring those in. 4 and wisdom, asking questions. You are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. Waves and ocean and 27. 27 is really important to someone, and we've got the number 7 on the clock there that I was drawn to. Arrow and 3 and focus. Okay, pile 1. So to bring you back to your rune with the manners, and I'm really feeling like you are going through a deep evolution of self. You are understanding your relationships with others. You are understanding yourself a lot more, and you are wanting to return to all that is the essence of you. You're really looking into what it means to be a human, your potential, your self-identity, and your purpose. And I think you're on the right track, pile 1. I think that you maybe hit a roadblock recently where you were trying to really forge ahead when actually what you needed to do was turn within. And I think it was because all signs around you were telling you that you needed to push forward, because that's the way that you are used to working. But now that you are coming in line with your spiritual self, it's like you're being called to go back in. With this idea you're not alone, and isolation, it's like you went searching for something outside of self when actually all you needed to do was turn within, because within the turning within, that's when you're not going to feel alone. I think some of you might struggle with connecting with others. Some of you might struggle with the healing aspect of this journey. I think you find it very, very difficult to feel your emotions, and that's okay, pile 1. But the energy of this spring equinox is bringing you that deep, nourishing healing that you deserve. And I think that you're right on target to access whatever you want to. I think you're a group that is very, how do I want to word it? It's like you see into the future. Some of you genuinely are, psychics, and you know what the future is. So you already know the 10 steps ahead. So it's very difficult for you to work the day to day, because you know what that great goal is at the end, and you're like, okay, how do I get there as quick as I can, as fast as I can, and as painless as I can? Because I think you've been through so much, pile 1, with this darkness here. And the new moon, it's like I think that you went to the depths in this winter time, and you've just been like, no more healing, I can't take it, when actually it's like, you know, calling all of these guys. We've got like a little nymph, fairy, mermaid thing on there. We've got this gorgeous looking guy over here with the dragons on there. So it's like calling that help, calling the dragon energy, calling your people that you know you trust, those people around you that are a great source of light to you, because I think they are wanting to help you. It's like, I think some people have heard your calling, Pile One, and now they're going to come in for you. And maybe this is like a friend that, you know, they realize that you've been not texting them back, or maybe this is something that you're like, your guides are now coming in for you. You've been asking and asking and asking to receive this interaction with them, and now that's coming in for you. Ishikarake unonakate urunyashiki inimo kuku analake rike shiki unomanate titi unalaka ike urunonete ulunanayete inareataka ike unonoro shiki inamanata kina eke urunanelete ishu unamaka ianana ike unomoshu inata. I was being brought to Arcturian energy there, and I was being guided to a necklace. Someone has seen a necklace in a vision recently, and they were saying that that was them coming forward to give you a present. It was a gift. This necklace was a gift, and that's going to be a trigger for you to go even deeper into self. But the Arcturians are wanting to connect with you. If this is kind of where you align, or you've been feeling that calling from the galaxies, the Arcturians are ready to connect. Ishukurungo ika aka nnereshe ite ilaloro tuyamadaka ika ennarete shenanuru tataka nnaraka ilanete te shunamate uayanaka ike urunonoshi im. They're saying it's not the first time that you've done this, but it's the first time in this lifetime that you've connected in this way. So don't be afraid of them. I think that you've been feeling that energy, and it's felt like a crashing wave. Maybe it's been a lot coming through you. Maybe it's been processing through you in ways that you weren't sure what it is, but they're saying, you know, we are family, we recognize you, we see you, and you're chosen. So take heed that calling. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of static as well. I'm just seeing a lot of static energy. And that's them saying that that is us. We're really connecting with you. So don't be afraid. With this ancestral realm here, I think that some of you have been afraid to dive into your ancestral lineage, because you know that there's deep karmic release that needs to happen, or already has been happening. So you've thought, you know, I don't want to face anymore because you've already done so much. But actually, there's still more digging to do, Pile One. But know that your hard work is paying off. And I know it's difficult when you can see into the future and you know what that future is, and you're still doing the groundwork for it. But everyone is here saying, look, we're here to help you. We know that what you've been called to is a tall ask. I think this lifetime, Pile One, you came in with a mission. You came in with a job, and you went to tick off a lot of boxes. You are someone that is heavily connected to so many different people's timelines and pathways, because you knew that you could handle it. But it's like you've been checking off person after person after person, situation after situation after situation, and you're coming to this new level. But everyone is saying that it's, you know, it's only going to get deeper from here, because you are so expansive, Pile One. You've not even scratched the surface of all that you are. And I think that that's what you're missing. I think you're feeling disheartened because you're looking at your surroundings now, but your guides are saying, look, this might be where you are right now, but remember in the distant future what you end up achieving. So don't see that as a drawback, but see that as a constant reminder to keep going, because you know what you get to in the end. So just don't stop. It's like they know, you know that you get there. So you know that you make it through all of these things that you've already been doing and that you continue to do. So keep that faith. It's like that end goal is already there. You've already secured that. Those timelines are already there. You've already witnessed it. For some of you, you've literally witnessed it, or you've jumped your timeline to know that you receive everything that you want. So they're saying, don't get disheartened, because you know that you work through it all. So remember that. They are saying you see everything. It's like they're really wanting you to use your own skills towards yourself. I think you might be someone that works in these realms. You might consider yourself to be a light worker, a mystic, or you are just connected to source very heavily, but you've been using that to help others. And you know, it's different when you have this as your job. You might be a healer of some sorts. You might be someone that uses the elements as energy, and you can, you're a conductor. It's like you conduct the earth energy into light for others, and you do this so well, but you forget to turn all of the things that you know back into self. It's like, you know, you have all of these gifts, you know that you are so capable, but you don't use them to help utilize yourself. You're so caring and loving and unconditional for others. You need to start bringing that back to self, because that's when you're going to come into your full wisdom and your full power and be able to feel strong enough to keep healing. You came to heal a lot, Pile One, and honestly, my heart goes out to you, because I can feel how heavy this has been for you. I can feel how much you've already been through, and believe me, I understand how difficult it is sometimes, and you really do just want to stop. But your guides are coming in to say, look, call us in, because we know what you've signed up for, you know what you've signed up for, and that isn't easy. And maybe you're not getting props from other people, Pile One. Maybe you're not getting the love that you feel like you deserve. Maybe you're not getting the recognition that you feel like you deserve. Maybe you're feeling like, you know, why aren't things going the way that I want them to? And it's because you're still growing. It's because you still have so much more potential inside of you. So don't jump into spring. Your guides are saying, this springtime is to emerge, but that's to emerge in your safe spaces, but keep coming back within. Don't give too much. You are supposed to be coming into a time of reciprocity, and also a time of receiving, Pile One. And receiving isn't something that you are used to. So your guides are saying you really need to come back to self and remember that you're not alone. And maybe you are someone that connects with only, you know, the other realms a lot, and that's okay. If that's where you find your peace, if that's where you find your comfort, your guides are saying that's okay. They are not telling you to do things that don't make you feel comfortable right now, but they are wanting you to be balanced. They are saying, look at everything and see where you might be able to get comfort outside of self, you know, with the fairies, with the nymphs. And, you know, if you have a special person, start connecting with them, and that might be a specific guide. Call them in. There's someone you're not calling in when you should be calling them in to help you, and that's going to look very differently for everyone. But there's someone that it's like you're not seeing them, so call them in. They're waiting for you. Yeah, with this card, you're very close to achieving your goals. It's like, yeah, I feel for you, Pile One, because I think that you see the end and you know that that's far away. But your guides are saying that might be true, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to receive along the way. So don't have that in mind. Don't think that, you know, you can't enjoy where you are right now. This is a message of trying to enjoy where you are right now, but also honoring that you have a hard job, Pile One. Your guides are saying, like, we know, believers, we know, so give yourself that grace too. They're like, we know what you signed up for, and it's not easy, so honor that. It's like, don't start brushing it off. Don't say to self, you know, I'm just this or I'm just that, because it's like, no, what you've taken on is huge. So acknowledge that and give yourself the grace of letting it all flow. It's like, if it feels like it needs to come crashing down, let it, Pile One. It's like, you have everything. And for some of you, this might mean breaking away, breaking down, breaking free from everything and everyone, and literally just flying. It's like some of you are looking to just fly at this time, and do that. If you feel like that, do that, you know. Turn it all down, shut it all down, and just fly and see where that takes you. And this might be, you know, metaphorically speaking. This might be in terms of like traveling when you sit to meditate. This might be working with portals. Yeah, with this portal here, it's like, connect to that divine energy, because it's so ready for you. And I think that's what you're missing. You're missing just how expansive you are, and you can bring that back into self. With the Manas rune here, it's like, stop getting stuck in the 3D, because that's where you don't reside, Pile One. and you're missing that. I think you might be very good logically, you might be very good with the 3D material realm, but that isn't the essence of your soul. So anytime you feel yourself turning towards the 3D and thinking, you know, how can I do this? How can I do that? Start thinking in your spiritual body and calling in that information to you. If there's a question mark, don't try and think your way to the answer. Sit and receive it. It's like your guides are saying, you're making this difficult for yourself because you keep trying to forge ahead without them. And they're saying, call us in, call everyone in that you know. We're here to help you. And now you're in a space to be able to receive that help and move forward. But you're not calling it in, Paiwan, for whatever reason. You refuse to call it in, or you stop yourself from calling it in, and that's going to be different for everyone. So really think about that. Really think about why you might be blocking yourself from your guides. What does that mean? And how can you allow yourself to remain focused but also sit in the realms of spirit? It's like spirit is calling you home. That is your home. So with this new moon in Aries coming up and the start of the astrological year, I would really start to set intentions for keeping in alignment with your true self, with your true heart's center. And maybe that means working on the heart. Yeah, there's so many greens here and this pink here, the higher heart chakra. It's like you need to remain heart open, Pile One, and there's a reason why you're not. So please look into that. Please look into why that means, what that means for you. Yeah, I'm being really drawn to this little fairy here, and it's like everyone is trying to help you heal, but you're blocking them out, Pile One. So have a think about what that might mean. But in the next full moon, something's going to happen that you don't expect. And that's a gift from your ancestors. So they're saying, you know, a huge gift is coming very soon. So don't be afraid of not being exactly where you thought you would be right now. Because something is going to take off like never before, like you never thought. And it's like you're going to have to brace yourself. So they're saying, please, please, please do more of this inner work now so that everything else is easier for you when everything takes off. It's like you've been forced to sit, Pile One. I really feel this. You've been forced to sit with self and continue to heal, and you're like, okay, when does it stop? And believe me, I completely resonate with that and understand how painful that can be. But they're saying, call us in, you know, we don't want you to feel alone. We don't want you to feel like everything's crashing down around you. And if you call us in and ask for our help, it won't feel like that. And we will help guide you how to transmute even more of this, because I think you've had to do a lot by yourself. And they're saying now's the time that we can come in and give you more help. So please do call us in. And they're saying, your guides are almost saying that they're sorry. They're sorry that it's been so difficult because they've seen you in a lot of pain, and they understand. They really do. So don't give up on them. Pile One is the main thing that I'm feeling. It's like they are part of you. They are part of everything, especially if you resonate as being a starseed or connected to galactic beings, like your galactic family saying, please don't give up on us. Please don't turn your back on us, because we are a part of you, and they want to help you. They really do. So call them in. Oh, Pile One. Yeah, I can feel how heavy it's been for you, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that, and I really feel your heart, and it's okay. It's going to be more than okay. You know that because you've seen it, Pile One. So please do take care and really listen to this again and again and again if you need to, because there's so much help here for you. You just have to call it in. Thank you. Hello, Pile 2. This is your reading. So the rune that you have chosen is Fail. And I'm going to leave it I'm going to leave it until I look at the cards. So we've got Gaia Gateway and Activation, Learning, Experiences, Wisdom, Transmission, Earth Intelligence. I nearly said Transformation. You got the most amount of cards. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Yeah, we've got the eclipses coming up soon as well. Let's not forget that. Miracle and making a difference. That's also in reverse. Called Soul's Gifts Training. It's time to step up. Okay, Jasmine and Sensuality 20 in reverse. I was wondering when that message is going to come through. And then you've also got Snake and Shedding in 36. The snake is a really big symbol for someone right now. Wild Woman and 62. Okay. So I'm going to start with your rune, the Feiho rune. And this means cattle in its original state. It means cattle. It means wealth, growth, luck, and love. But I'm feeling with connection to you, Pile 2, it's really pertaining to the energy of investment, the energy of your shared experiences with those around you, and how you can create the most amount of wealth within your life right now. I think you've had the calling. You know your soul's gifts, you know that you've been in training, and now this door's opened up for you to really step into the full essence of you. It's like everything has been activated inside of you. The wild woman, you've been shedding your skin over winter, and the spring equinox is coming to tell you that now's the time to step into everything that you've been wanting to experience, everything that you've been calling in. But it's like, how can you maneuver that to be the most productive energetically for you right now? And I think you've gone into a state of confusion. Maybe you've just stopped and you've been like, I don't know what to do now. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And yeah, I think you've come to a standstill. You've like frozen, Pile 2. I'm just going to grab the books for those two decks because they're fairly new and I'm feeling called to read a little bit out of them. So we're going to go with the Snake and the Shedding. So 36 on there and Snake and Shedding. Yeah, so it says, a surprising complexity to these simple creatures, both physically and spiritually. In many belief systems and mythologies, a snake is seen as a living representative of the duality of good and evil, a deity, the soul of life, the gateway to the heavens, and a healing force of embodiment of the underworld, bringing with it great fear and power. Yeah, there's a connection to the underworld here. This came up in Pile 1, so if you feel the calling, you might want to go back and watch Pile 1 as well. But what I'm getting is that it's like you've already shed your skin, Pile 2. You already shed your skin a long time ago, but you've been afraid to show everyone your true colors. And I think that it's because this might have been something that people stifled in the past. It's like you really shone above a lot of other people around you, and it really triggered them. And I think this has happened your entire life, Pile 2. I would not be surprised if you consider yourself to be a starseed, or you just consider yourself to be pretty out there. I think that in the realms of where you perhaps were living, where you're born or where you're from, it's like you're the, I heard a really good phrase the other day and I'm going to use it. You're the rainbow sheep of the family. And Gretchen Wheeler from the Oracle, I can't remember, but I will tag her because I've named her. But she said that, and I think that is definitely you. You are the rainbow sheep of the family, and you've come to a standstill because you're afraid. You're afraid of what might happen. Maybe you're afraid of persecution. So with this idea of the wild woman, it's like maybe you feel that witch's wound really deeply. And maybe this is something that you thought you've worked on, but it's like it's still there. It still needs a little bit more maneuvering, and it still needs a little bit more working with Pile 2. That's going to be a really great confirmation for someone, because that's the only thing that is stopping you at this time. It's like you won't be persecuted for your gifts. That time has passed. You know, the times have changed, and there's going to always be naysayers and poo-pooers, but you will not be burnt at the stake, you know. So remember that, please. When the wild woman dances into your reading, she reminds you of the essence of authenticity and freedom. The wild woman holds up a mirror to your essential self, the true essence of who you are and who you are meant to become. She is a reminder of the bright light within each of us that gets dimmed by the restrictions imposed upon us by expectations of society. That's exactly it, Pile 2. Don't listen. Whatever is happening in your life right now, I think there's some noise coming from somewhere, from someone, from something. Please don't listen, because they are not on your life path. They are not you. And I think you might be around people that are stuck in a very specific way of thinking and a very specific understanding of what all of this world is about. But I feel like you are so expansive, and you know, deep within your soul, Pile 2, you know. And with this spring equinox coming in, use that energy and that vitality to really allow yourself to shine. It's like, stop shrinking to fit in. And also remember, with the idea of productivity and your energy, it's like, what's going to help you cultivate a space for you to feel safe, but also to allow you to grow. And really think about that. If someone is coming up against you for something, really think about what they say to you and think, are what they are saying going to bring growth, or is this just something that is their own fear and that has absolutely nothing to do with you? Because I think you're going to find that 9 times out of 10, it's going to be this other person's fear, and that's not what you feel. I really do feel like you are a rainbow, Pile 2. You are sparkly, you are brilliant, and you haven't been allowed to shine because the people around you have been terrified. And now this might be with love, you know, this might be family, this might be soul tribe, this might be friends. It's like they've just been fearful for you of what is ahead and what's coming. But you know what's coming, and actually you've got nothing to be afraid of. You've got the miracle card in reverse, but I'm hearing that's only because you're allowing it to be that. That's because you're allowing yourself to listen to the thoughts of those around you. It's like there's so many swirling ideas, there's so many swirling contradictory information coming through for you, but you know, it's like you're ready to walk through this door. You've been slaying the dragon. You are sitting pretty on top of this dragon, and you know, it's like you're waiting to open Pandora's box. So trust in your own energy. Trust that you are the wild woman, whether you are masculine or feminine. It's like we all have the masculine and feminine essences between us. And yeah, I'm seeing this now as a masculine and feminine. So the snake representing the man and the wild woman as the feminine. It's like you remain balanced where you are. No matter what people say, remain in balance, because you've activated everything. We've got the rainbow here, just realized. You know, Pile 2, you know exactly what you need to be doing, but you're not doing it because you're afraid to shine. And maybe this is because you're afraid of what's going to happen around you. Maybe you see that it might hurt other people if you shine. Maybe you see that it might interfere with other people's plans if you start to shine. And they're saying, you know, don't listen. Your guides are saying, stop listening, stop fearing, and just let be what be. Now, with the jasmine and sensuality, I was really getting the message before I sat down that some of you are feeling in drought with regards to sensual energy. Maybe this is because you've been healing. Maybe this is because you have been working through some trauma. But your guides are coming through and saying, now it's okay. It's okay to step forward and start to explore that. Explore what that means to you. Explore what that means in terms of connectivity with another. But they're saying, don't be afraid. You have healed enough where you will be able to explore in safety, and you aren't going to be hurting yourself or damaging yourself if you want to start opening up in that way. I'm literally seeing like a flower unfurl. It's like you make sure that you feel in a safe space. Make sure that you feel supported in that realm, but know that it's okay to be in that sensual energy right now. I think there's a lot of guilt around that for some reason. And that's only going to make sense for some of you, but your guides are saying that the guilt isn't real. The guilt is just an illusion. So don't allow yourself to feel like you can't explore in that. And I'm being brought to a really specific sort of timeline, and maybe you've literally changed gender, and you're exploring this new body that you have. You are exploring having a different body and a different way of connecting, and they're saying, you know, it's now time to explore that, and that's okay. And don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid. And this might be metaphorically, you know, changing gender, changing name, changing ideology, changing something. There's something that's significant that has changed, and now you're afraid to be sensual in that space. And your guides are saying to be completely in balance with your masculine, feminine, in presence. It's like we have both of those aspects, and if you don't you know, resonate with being either of those, and if you are a pronoun in between, or if you consider yourself to be non-human, whatever, it's like you have to remain balanced, but also within that balance of the masculine and feminine energies, you also have sexuality, sensuality, and love at the heart of all that. So make sure that you are connecting into all of those spaces of self, and understanding that that's okay. You're supposed to be in that energy. That is part of being alive on this planet, is part of this experience. You might consider yourself to be not from this planet, and it's like it's okay to explore all these things of being human. Maybe you've been trying to walk the path of the enlightened, and you feel like this is a sin. So know that it's not, and you're free to explore that space. Conclusions are within reach, and that's been in reverse, and that's only because of your own doing. Look, this is you here, this bright and colourful eclipse moon, but you've allowed yourself to be behind. You've allowed yourself to step behind into the dark, into these branches with other people's ideas of you, and your guides are saying you have to stop. Now is the time to stop. Now is the time to keep stepping forward and letting this wild woman be free, letting this wild snake be free, letting this wild dragon energy drive you forward, because you are supposed to shine, Pile 2. You're supposed to be a rainbow. You're supposed to be the eclipse. It's like you are the eclipse. You are the light after such a dark, dark time. So allow that to be your energy. Allow that to come seeping through. And I'm really seeing this portal of travel here. For some of you, it's like, go take an adventure, because that's going to allow you to shine. You can't shine where you are, and you know that. So go and experience, go and be free. Yeah, the learning experience. You're going on a travel. You're going on an experience of exploring self and your sensuality, and all of your gifts, your soul gifts, are going to come online. So trust in that, Pile 2, that you haven't done anything wrong, and you aren't doing anything wrong by allowing yourself to shine. So do not let anyone else tell you otherwise. Yeah, that's all, Pile 2. This comes with a really deep womb feeling. Your guides are coming in to say, you know, we've got you. We've really got you held in this space, and we wouldn't be telling you you can go off and explore if we didn't know that you were going to be safe, if we didn't know that you were safe in the spaces that you are feeling like you're wanting to go. Your guides are saying, trust us. Trust that we want you to be in this energy of exploring. We want you to be in this energy of allowing yourself to shine, and you are safe. It's like, you know, things will come up, but you are not going to really be hurt or be damaged. And they're saying they've got you in this next phase, and you can handle anything that comes up. So trust in that energy. But you're so protected, Pile 2. I mean, everyone is, but your guides are really with you right now, giving you a hug, and yeah, they're just holding you in their divine energy. So feel into that, call them in. Thank you, Pile 2. Hello, hello, pile 3. This is your reading. So the rain, ooh, interesting. The room that you've got is Reiro, which means ride, but I said rain. Maybe it's actually monsoon season where you are. I have no idea about any of that, but you know, these are timeless readings, so maybe you're going to actually watch this when you're in monsoon season. Well, that's going to be a very beneficial, significant time for you. Chamber of the Violet Flame, karmic release, radical transformation. Ooh. Star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home and soul family. That's in reverse. Look at those two cards. These are from two separate decks. Look at the synergy between them. I'm being brought to like light language and astrology here. That's so beautiful. What do you need to release? A waning moon. The self and gathering your power. I love this card. Such a strong energy. Child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within. That's in reverse. Clouds and imagination. That's also in reverse. Ooh. 32 and the luminous warrior. That is also in reverse. Pile 3. What is happening? What is happening? I think you feel in a pickle, pile 3. You feel in a pickle right now. I think that you have a lot of conflicting ideas rolling around in your noggin. And violet flame, let it all go. Let it all burn down to the ground. I actually have a violet flame meditation that I will tag at the bottom of this reading, but it's like burn it all away. With this next new moon coming up, release, release, release. It's like there's nothing holding you back, but you believe that there is. So what do you need to release from this winter phase? It's like, please come out of the cold. Your guides are like, come out of the cold. Like, we are telling you everything is okay and you're on the right path, but you keep telling yourself that you're wrong, you've got it all wrong, you can't see, and they're saying no, you see everything clearly. It's like with this girl's like butt on fire, it's like no, like you're literally on fire. It's like, what's the when you play a game where you're like hot or colder, it's like your guides have been like, no, like really that thing, that way is completely on fire. So why are you turning towards the cold? Why are you turning towards the snow? I really don't mean to laugh, but I can feel your energy, pile 3, and it's like, your guides are like, how is this not so obvious to them? How is this not so clear to them? Because they obviously see for our higher selves, and they're like, the path is clear. The path has literally been lit by fire for you to walk through. And maybe this has been a baptism by fire. Maybe you're new to the spiritual realms. Maybe you're new to connecting with your guides and trying to connect in. But it's like you hold all the power in your hand. It's like, this is your hand here. You hold all the power. You know everything. You are a child of the cosmos. It's like, this is part of you. Just because you're new to it doesn't mean that it's not part of you. Doesn't mean that you're not connected. Doesn't mean that it's not you. I think it's just new to you. So remember that. Just because it's new to you doesn't mean that it's not you. It's just new to you this lifetime, and it takes a while for things to feel like you. And you know, I was absolutely catapulted into this journey, and I did not know what was going on. I had no idea. I was not in the spiritual realms at all, apart from being brought up in a Catholic school, and you know, my family was heavily Christian on one side, but none of this other stuff, none of this interdimensional beings, none of this dragon energy, none of this other things felt like I knew what I was doing. And it just came for me. And then as soon as I reached out and just held it and was like, no, like, it's here for a reason, and I believed that, and I started to delve into my past lives, and I was like, no, this is mine. So maybe you want to do some past life regressions. That is something that I do, so please do reach out to me. But it's like, this is you. Pile 3. And with this spring equinox, it's like allow your old self to, it's like don't walk away from your old self. It's like you're not just a whole new person and being, and you're not going to be what you once were. And maybe that's what your fear is. It's like, how much am I going to change? What's going to happen? And you're stuck teetering on the edge, but this, like, your guides are like, please just take one more step forward, because you're gathering such energy and momentum. Yeah, the star gathering, the stars are aligned. Remember your home and your soul family. It's like your soul family are with you. Your soul family are literally right around the corner. It's like, yeah, I feel like I could push these two cards together, and it's like as soon as you step through this threshold, you're going to be on a new blinding light of pathway for you. So it's like, just burn everything else away, burn everything else to the ground, and just keep walking towards what you feel is this fire. There's something that lights you up. There's something that gets you fired up in the morning. There's something that gets you hot, I'm hearing. And it's like, that's for a reason. So stop ignoring it. It's like, step towards that lights your fire. Pile 3, with the clouds in the imagination. It's like you have such imagination, and that's because you are a child of the cosmos. You have such imagination, and it's like you're very creative. You're so creative. And where do you think that comes from? It comes from your past lives, your understanding of all the different dimensions and realms. It's like, I think that you can create creatures really easily in your mind. I'm being brought to like someone that does illustration or animation or graphic designer, game designer, anything like that. It's like those creatures come to you so easily, and it's because half of them you've actually seen them in real life. It's like you saw them in different dimensions or in different lifetimes, but also it's because the essence of the cosmos lies within you. And what is the cosmic energy but creation and imagination and creativity? And with the rune, the radar, it's like, it's this idea of getting somewhere safely. And I think that you require safety, or at least you feel like you require safety, pile 3. It's like you don't like to go where the path is uncharted. You don't like to go where you can't see a strong gain from it. But Spirit's saying that is what this journey is. This journey is you leap and Spirit catches you. It's not, Spirit holding your hand all the time and guiding you. Okay, let's go and look at this right now. It's like, no, you have to take a leap. And maybe you've already taken a giant leap, and your guides are saying, just one more. And that is this path. We jump, we feel safe, we expand, and then we jump again. It's like it's a never-ending cycle of expansion, but that's a beautiful thing. And maybe there's been a lot of pain in your journey, pile 3, and that's what you need to release, is that pain, that inner pain inside of you. But this idea of wheels in motion with radio and ride and travel, and the idea of this life path, it's like, who do you want to bring with you? What gives you freedom, and what has brought you a different perspective? Because that is the true essence of this journey, is understanding that there are so many different paths we can take, but the ones with the most expansion are the ones that are the most healing, are the ones that are the most fulfilling. The path that leads to stagnation and nowhere is not the path for you. And although that might be scary, that's what your soul craves. So keep allowing yourself to imagine, keep allowing yourself to move forward with the times. I'm going to read these 2 cards. With this luminous warrior here, it's like you're ready to, it's like you're ready to peacock out, pile 3. Yeah, I'm going to start with clouds and imagination. Maybe you need to start looking into the clouds. So yeah, okay, that's full circle. So with the rune Rado, it's often depicted that, in Norse mythology, that many of the gods, goddesses, and the ideologies of different entities, they would all ride, in these golden carriages in the skies and be collecting, artifacts and people and things that they want to experience. And I'm being drawn to Odin, so I was really connected to Odin and Freya when I started my journey. And on that path, Odin gave me a bag of crystals, and he sort of said, this is your connection to crystalline energy. This is a gift from me to you, and you can use these in your practices. So that's what I use in my Reiki practices. And it's like I was given something because I was continuing to walk down this path. I was continuing to want to explore, and you know, it is scary sometimes. Sometimes it feels terrifying, but the gifts that you receive along the way make it all worthwhile. So remember that, pile 3. Okay, so cloud and imagination. Maybe the number 7 is really important to you too. We are drawn to the form of the formlessness of clouds, the majestic pillars with subtle contrasts of light and dark, the endless rows and wispy feathered fingers reaching across the sky, as well as the ominous darkened behemoths peering across the landscape, huffing and puffing to send the wind across the land as a portent of their arrival. You've been struggling in shadow, pile 3, and your guides are saying it's okay. It's okay to start to just float. It's like burn and allow yourself to float with this spring energy coming in. Allow yourself to be the bridge between worlds. Maybe you really feel connected to the underworld, and your guides are saying that's okay. Yeah, I'm literally seeing like this is like almost like a demonic form here, but your guides are saying you're supposed to be looking at that right now. You're supposed to be facing your demons, and you're turning that into light. And it's like, if that's you, if you thought yourself to be a demon, it's like you're now transmuting it so you can walk directly towards the light. So set fire to all of your inner demons. And maybe this is some of you that are still working through your shadowy aspects. It's like burn all of those to the ground so you can walk into the light. This is what this spring is lighting up for you. It's illuminating your shadow so you can burn it all down to the ground. Imagination is the bridge between the ordinary, the reality, and the non-ordinary reality, the world of wonder and fascination. With a simple of slight shift of attention, one can be sparked by the vision of clouds in the atmosphere. Your mind and your heart are taken to a different place. Yeah, allow yourself to dream, pile 3. Something stopped you from dreaming, and I think it's heartbreak. I think it's heartache, but your guides are saying, you know, you have all that you need to move forward right now. I'm being brought to parrot feathers, so the symbol of a parrot is going to be really significant for someone, or an owl. I'm now seeing a jaguar and a stag and I don't know what they're called. They're kind of creatures that gallop really fast and they can leap. They've got big horns. They've got like stripes on their nose. They're brown. I'm hearing like in Africa. I honestly don't know what this creature is, but I can see it. I'll have to look it up and I'll put it in the description below. But like it's like an antelope type, but like a very specific antelope. So that's going to be something as confirmation for someone. I'm seeing a fox and a hare, and yeah, jaguars are really important to someone. So the luminous warrior in 32. The luminous warrior has no enemies in the world or the next. He is impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on light rather than on the hides in the dark. Rather than what hides in the dark, sorry. He casts no shadow. He is radiant as the sun and can transform the most terrible enemy into his ally. His power comes not from the sword but by speaking his truth at all costs. Okay, interesting story going on here. I think you would have considered yourself the luminous warrior at one stage in your life. You believed yourself to be the sun, that you could do no wrong, and then that all came crashing down on you. You realized you had a lot of shadow, and you realized that actually you've been living in such a way that was detrimental to you and others around you. And your guides are saying that is okay. You were learning, you were growing. Everyone has shadow. Everyone has been working through shadowy aspects of some sort, but I think you've really took it to heart just how much you might have potentially hurt other people. And your guides are saying, you know, these people have forgiven you, and even if it's not here, they've forgiven you in the 3D. Their soul has already forgiven you, and also you might have been contracted to this person to put them through pain, and that is an aspect of this that they understand. This is an aspect of life that they understand. They understand that they've grown through pain, and just because you were the person that brought them pain, they understand that they needed to grow from those aspects. So don't consider yourself to not be the luminous warrior just because you've caused pain, pile 3. Like, please hear that call, and your guides are saying it's okay. And Everyone has shadow aspects. Everyone has hurt people. Not a single person in life has gone through life without hurting people. It's only now we're getting those beautiful star seeds born, those rainbow and indigo children that are so pure without karma. It's like we all hold karma, we all hold shadow, and we all have to work through them, but you have to forgive yourself. Someone isn't forgiving themselves but your guides, and they're saying, the people that you've hurt, they've already forgiven you, so stop beating yourself up. Stop letting yourself sit in the snow when you should be burning, and releasing into this new serene pathway, because you are the child of the cosmos, Pile 3. You feel it all, you see it all, and you know it all. So allow yourself the grace to release. And for some of you, this is going to, if you resonate as being a divine feminine, this might be worth working with in your menstrual cycle, releasing all of this trauma, releasing all this pain, setting a ritual to release, and perhaps nourishing the earth again with your bleed, and letting that be a symbol of you releasing all of this shadow, releasing all this past pain, and allowing yourself to heal, allowing yourself to receive that acknowledgement that you work through all of your pain, and now's the time for you to return to the sun again. It's like, yeah, it's like the sun shines through you. You might resonate as being a fire sign. You might resonate with the sun. It's like you are the sun, so continue to shine. Pile 3, don't let your past hold you back. That's basically what I'm hearing. Don't let what has been hold you back, because you're in a new energy, you're in a new spirit, and so are these people. These people are healed. These people are healing, and they are healed, and they are healing with you. So don't be afraid of that. And seeing butterflies, yeah, the transformation has been tremendous, Pile 3, with you, but also with regards to you and other people. It's like all of this needed to happen. So be mindful of that. Keep reminding yourself that everything that happened was supposed to happen, and that's okay. And you can find solace in your future, because it's like it's so expansive. It's like it's whatever you want it to be at this point. You know, it's like this light is your future. So whatever you want it to be, allow that to come to you. And with the star gathering here, it's like if you know that you are connected to a star family, a star system, start researching that and start connecting in with them. Yeah, someone's been working on your third eye. That's going to be different families for a lot of you, but it's galactic families, and they've been helping you receive the visions. They've been helping you release this shadow, but they want you to physically release it, to hold ritual with self to release all that pain. They're saying you see it all, so allow yourself to see. Allow yourself the grace to forgive self, and allow yourself to walk towards the light, because you deserve it. You don't feel like you deserve it. And it's like you wouldn't be here if you weren't supposed to shine and be this expansive person. It's like this is your path, this is your life, so remember that. This is your lifeline, so step into your life and burn it all away. Pile 3. Yeah, I feel like your guides are like, we've been telling you this for a really long time, and there's no more time to waste. And like, time is a construct, but it's also like if you don't step forward now, you risk losing out on something that's really special and really important to your growth, and now you will always find another way. But your guides are saying that you will kick yourself, that you miss this opportunity that is ahead of you if you don't step forward now, Pile 3. So listen to that calling. It's all here for you. Third eye activations would be great for you. And yeah, shamanic drumming too. Shamanic drumming meditations will help you release all of your shadow and help you release the winter. It's like really step into the spring. Do a lot of grounding. Put your feet in nature, bare feet in nature, and allow yourself to heal. It's like deep healing in the spring, but allow yourself to to burn everything away and allow yourself to feel the light. And there's also a timing, there's a time frame happening that you need to look out for. I've been looking at the clock and I've been thinking, oh, I want to get this to an hour's reading. And I keep looking at the clock, but also I keep just scanning your cards and thinking there's more to see, there's more to see. So be mindful of the time, but also be mindful that there's so much more for you to learn, so much more for you to experience in this journey. So don't cut yourself short. It's like, don't just accept something. Keep going. Keep going. It's like someone's trying to hold you back at something when you're supposed to be here releasing more and walking towards the light. So keep walking towards the light. Someone is trying to keep you stuck. Pile 3. Someone's trying to keep you stuck and away from all of this passion and the cosmos and all of this light energy. Someone is saying, you know, yeah, someone's literally saying like you're not a good person. It's like you're not a good person, so you should stay with me. That's like the underlining message that they are giving you. So know that. It's like if it's not obvious, your guys are saying it's obvious, but if you don't know what is happening, someone is saying to you, you're not a good person, so stay with me, when actually you deserve all of this. You deserve to feel this cosmic energy. You deserve to feel like you can walk it towards the light. So allow that to be your future, pile 3. Please listen to that calling. 32. 3 and 2 is 5. There's something in that. 5, maybe you're a family of 5. There's someone in your family that's telling you you don't deserve to experience love and life and passion and excitement, and they keep telling you you're not a good person, but they're holding you back. Pile 3. I knew something else wanted to come through. 1:58 on the clock there. I'm really sorry that you're having to fight your family, pile 3. That's a difficult thing, but no, you come to the earth alone and you leave alone. You know, the contracts that we assign ourselves to, the family that we assign ourselves to, is for our growth, and sometimes that means stepping away from family, which isn't what this world teaches us, but it is part of growth. It is part of a soul's expansion. So if that feels like what you have to do, listen to that. It's okay. You're not going to be persecuted from walking away from your family, because they are only your family this lifetime. They might not be your family the next. Who is your true family? Your star family. Where do you come from? Where is your origins? Remember that. Remember who you are. You're definitely a starseed, pile 3. 100%. Yeah, the stars in your heart. The stars in your heart. You know it. Allow yourself to be free. But that's it. Take care, pile 3. It's very tricky where you are, and my heart goes out to you. Much love.